On Tuesday this week it became official the Cowboys would sign former Green Bay Packers wide receiver Randall Cobb to a one-year deal worth an estimated $5 million. After his visit Monday morning, speculation around whether and when he would sign was swirling. Cobb confirmed his intentions to join the Cowboys himself, and did so with some GIF usage on Twitter. https://t.co/9h9xfk. In case you don't know, the GIF Cobb tweeted as Woody from Toy Story, emerging confidently and tipping his cap. This was Cobb signaling that he is a Cowboy, and he appears excited to be joining America's team. Cobb also received some social media love from his now former teammates in Green Bay, including wide receiver Davante Adams and quarterback Aaron Rodgers. Go to ya thing 18. Can't thank you enough for guiding me through this thing and showing us all how to be a pro. Love you brutta. I'm excited for your next chapter. Raised fist, medium dark skin tone. Let's hope he can replicate some of that in Dallas now that he has joined the Cowboys. The Cowboys got off to a busy start to Week 2 of free agency on Monday, and capped it off by signing defensive lineman Kerry Hyder to a one-year deal. The former Detroit Lion could be classified as a one-year wonder of sorts, but when you look closer at his career arc, you see that Hyder can provide upside at multiple positions across the Cowboys' defensive front. After having 8 sacks and 19 quarterback hits as a defensive end in 2016, Hyder missed all of 2017 with an Achilles injury. Last season, under new head coach Matt Patricia, Hyder was moved out of position and forced to play as a nose tackle and 5 technique more often. So, the last time Hyder was healthy and playing in the role and he will likely fill in Dallas, he was productive. Yes, that was a couple of seasons ago, but it makes Hyder worth the one-year deal he received from the Cowboys. What exactly is that role, though? I see Hyder primarily as a rotational 3 technique for the Cowboys. At just 270 pounds, Hyder isn't going to play over the center often, and won't be very useful as a 1 technique against the run. He's at his best when lining on the outside shade of an offensive lineman, where he can use his get-off and quickness to create pressure. Kerry Hyder can also fill in at defensive end if needed, especially when the Cowboys go into a nickel package. Hyder is similar to Tyrone Crawford in his ability to move inside and out, but is a bit better of a pass rusher than Crawford when at his best. Hyder is a high-energy, motor, and character defensive lineman who will fit right in with the Rod Marinelli unit. If it all clicks for Hyder and he regains his 2016 form, the Cowboys will have stolen an impressive pass-rushing defensive lineman who can win from multiple positions. If Hyder is actually a one-year wonder, who is more of his 2018 self with the Cowboys despite being put in a better role to succeed, Dallas can move on rather quickly because he is only on a one-year deal. This is a smart signing by the Cowboys front office as they look to retool their defensive line, and avoid being pigeonholed into overdrafting at a certain position this spring. The Dallas Cowboys are reportedly brining defensive lineman Malik McDowell into the star this week for a visit, as they decide whether or not to potentially sign him for the 2019 season. McDowell is a former second-round pick of the Seattle Seahawks, who fell today too because of what scouts call off-the-field, or character, concerns. McDowell did not last long with Seahawks, as he was released in 2017 following an ATV accident in which he reportedly suffered extensive brain and eye trauma, according to Charles Robinson. None of us know much about who Malik McDowell is as a person, or what concerns there really should be with his health. But what I do know is that on tape at Michigan State, McDowell was a top 5 to 10 player in the 2017 draft class. He was a stud, and has the traits to continue to be a stud in the NFL. The 2017 NFL Draft is chock full of talented, athletic, and productive defensive linemen. While most of the draft pundits have focused on edge rushers thus far, the defensive tackle class also possesses some of this year's top NFL prospects. Arguably the best of those defensive tackles is Michigan State's Malik McDowell. Back in 2017 I wrote a full scouting report on McDowell, detailing why he earned such a high grade on my board. McDowell is a versatile lineman who is explosive off the ball, powerful and rangy against the run, and a skilled pass rusher who plays with a high motor. What more could you really ask for? McDowell is a patient pass rusher at times, setting up the blocker how he likes and then beating them with ease. McDowell's ability to swipe hands off helps him greatly, but his quick swim is his most effective pass rush move. On this play he uses that swim to perfection, forcing the center to power down to the right before swimming back to the other side. Check out this video on Streamable using your phone, tablet or desktop. When the Spartans went to a three-man pass rushing front, McDowell moved to the edge often and made plays with his quick, active hands and impressive swim move. He was much more impressive on the interior, however, and could be a direct replacement for David Irving as an explosive and powerful 3 technique for the Cowboys. Check out this video on Streamable using your phone, tablet or desktop. I love that the Cowboys are bringing McDowell in for a free agent visit. His price will likely be low, as he is yet to play in an NFL game over the last 2 years, but his ceiling remains very high if he is healthy. It's rare for a player with his college production, natural ability, and measurables to completely fail in the NFL. Maybe all McDowell needs is a second chance to get his head right and prove that he belongs in the league. Maybe he flames out quickly and can't get on the field due to off-the-field stuff. Or, maybe he simply isn't healthy enough to contribute as an NFL player. Regardless, for the price he'll likely command, McDowell is well worth the risk if the Cowboys are willing to take it. When the news broke Monday that veteran wide receiver Randall Cobb was visiting the Dallas Cowboys, most immediately assumed he would be a logical replacement for the departed Cole Beasley. When you take a look at the film and each of their skill sets, however, you quickly see this is likely not the case. While Cobb would be able to play in the slot as a receiver for the Cowboys if he signs, his value extends much further than just a slot receiver. Where Beasley makes his mark with precise route running, short area quickness, and third down reliability, Cobb is much more of a threat after the catch. He's not the route runner that Beasley is, and really isn't an upgrade over Beasley as a receiver, but Cobb would be able to help the Cowboys become more diverse in their offensive schemes. Similar to Tavon Austin, Randall Cobb can be used in pre-snap motion and jet sweep packages, as well as a traditional running back. A college quarterback, Cobb's versatility is what makes him so attractive to NFL teams. Cobb would actually fit more of the Lance Dunbar, scat back role of sorts for the Cowboys than that of the Cole Beasley slot receiver role. His versatility, however, allows him to carve out a lane within the offense which they haven't quite had before. Another area Cobb could help the Cowboys is when the play breaks down. With experience in the Packers offense playing with arguably the greatest improviser we've ever seen in Aaron Rodgers, Cobb would be able to help Dak Prescott down the field when he breaks the pocket and the play is off schedule. So often last season, we talked about how the Cowboys' offense is reliant on remaining on schedule, staying in front of the chains and not having to force the ball downfield. Unleashing the Mississippi State version of Dak Prescott, where he can improvise and use his legs to create big plays, tends to be when this offense is at its best. However, Randall Cobb won't be a Pro Bowler if the Cowboys sign him, and depending on the money he receives, it might not even be a lock that he makes the final roster. But Cobb would be an exciting addition to Cowboys' offense which has lacked creativity over the last few seasons, and is looking to reinvent themselves to a certain extent. Receiving core headlined by Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup, with versatile weapons such as Cobb and Tavon Austin behind them, is a pretty good one to head into draft day with. Signing Cobb would keep the Cowboys from needing to take a wide receiver early in the draft, and would allow them to easily shed Allen Hurns if a receiving weapon did fall to them at 58th overall.